If you're seeing the Premiere Pro error that says waiting for frame to be rendered, don't worry, because in this video I'm going to walk you through the fastest fixes step by step. This issue usually happens when Premiere gets stuck on corrupted cache, files, disconnected media, or an export setting that doesn't match your footage. The good news is that you can usually fix it without reinstalling the software or starting your project from scratch. If this tutorial helps you, go ahead and hit the like button and make sure you subscribe for more Premiere Pro tips, fixes, and editing tutorials. Let's get into it. First, we're going to clear the media cache. This is one of the most common causes of rendering issues in Premiere Pro because cached files can become corrupted over time. To do this, open Premiere Pro, go to Edit, then Preferences, and click Media Cache. Inside this window, you'll see the option to delete cache files. Select the option to delete all cache files, then confirm the action. This will remove temporary data that Premiere no longer needs and force it to rebuild cleaner cache files the next time your project opens. After that, restart Premiere Pro and give the project a few moments to reload properly. Next, before you start exporting, make sure you wait for all your footage to fully load. A lot of users run into the waiting for frame to be rendered error because they try to export too quickly while clips are still processing in the background. So once your project opens, pause for a moment and let Premiere finish loading the timeline, thumbnails, audio waveforms, and any linked media. If you have heavy effects, nested sequences, or large video files, give it even more time. This simple step can prevent Premiere from freezing on a frame that hasn't fully rendered yet. Now let's move to the export method itself. Instead of sending the file to Media Encoder, try exporting directly from Premiere Pro using the Export tab. Sometimes Media Encoder introduces additional issues, especially if the project already has a rendering conflict. To do this, go to File, then Export, then Media, or open the Export tab depending on your version of Premiere Pro. Choose your format and settings there, then start the export directly inside Premiere. This can often bypass the frame rendering error and give you a cleaner export process. If you're still having trouble, the next fix is to relink your media. Missing or unstable file links can confuse Premiere and cause frame rendering problems. A good way to refresh the connection is to toggle your source files offline and then relink them. To do this, right-click a clip in the project panel or timeline, choose Make Offline, and then bring it back online by relinking the file. When you relink, make sure Premiere points to the correct original media location on your drive. This refreshes the connection and often clears up weird playback or export behavior. Another important thing to check is your export frame rate. Your export settings should match the original source footage as closely as possible. If your footage was recorded at 30 frames per second, but you try to export at 60 or use mismatched sequence settings, Premiere may struggle when rendering certain frames. So before exporting, open your sequence settings and verify the frame rate of your source clips. Then compare that with your export settings and make sure they match. This consistency helps Premiere process the timeline properly and reduces the chance of frame rendering errors. If you've tried all of these steps and the problem still appears, go back and test them one by one. Start with clearing the cache, then wait for the project to load, then export directly, then relink the media, and finally confirm the frame rate settings. In many cases, one of these fixes will solve the issue immediately. The important thing is to work through them in order so you can identify what was causing the problem in the first place. And remember, if this video saved you time, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel grow, and it also tells me to make more Premiere Pro troubleshooting guides like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.